What's up, you guys? Hope you're all doing good and welcome to our Dream Dot channel once again. For those who are visiting our channel for the first time, let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Jagdish, a software developer with around 10 years of experience. In our channel, we have been trying to cover the basics of Java programming. If you are interested in learning Java from the fundamentals, don't forget to check out our videos and consider subscribing to our channel, as we have a wide range of videos which covers all the basics of the Java programming. If you have any other questions related to any concept of Java programming, consider commenting to any of the video. We'll try to reply you to the max possible, or we'll try to create a video out of it. In our recent past videos, we have been trying to cover the collection framework which is available in Java, and we have seen about two main implementations of the list implementations, like the array list and the linked list. In this video, we are going to talk about the vector implementation of the list interface. So broadly, when you take, there are three main implementations of the list interface: an array list, linked list, and the vector. We have already seen about array list and the linked list. If you have missed those videos, don't forget to check out our channel. In this video, we are going to talk exclusively about vectors in Java. One main point that we have missed in our previous videos is that main advantage of using array list or linked list or a vector when compared to using arrays is its dynamic sizing. So what is dynamic sizing in the sense? Whenever you create an array, you have to specify the size of the array on the first time. For example, this is the example that we took it in our previous program. Whenever, suppose if you wanted to create an integer array, so this is the syntax. So you can create the array by making use of this one. So new, the data type. If you try to create an array of this kind, it will tell you an error telling that there should be a dimension available for your array, which means that you need to specify the size of the array on the first place. So after this, even if you tend to increase the size of the array, you cannot do it, as you have already defined the size of the array to be 5, and you can so size cannot dynamically increase. It cannot dynamically increase in size. But whereas when you take the list implementation, whether it can be an array list or a linked list or a Java, all the three implementations can increase or decrease in size dynamically. And today let's talk about one such implementation called as the vector in Java. So when you talk about vector, so how to initialize a vector is nothing but, so the keyword is vector. You have to give the name of the vector. So my vector equal to new vector. And there are lots of additional things that comes into place in vector when compared to that of array list and linked list. One main thing is that by default the size of the vector is going to be 10, and when your vector reaches that size of 10 and when you try to insert the 11th element, its size will normally double. Or there are multiple ways of creating a vector. So this is one way of creating a vector, and this vector's size by default will be 10. So size will be 10 since you have not specified the size of the vector. And when it reaches when you are trying to insert the 11th element, its size will become 20. And there is one other way of creating a vector, is nothing but the same thing, where you can specify the size of the vector. So let this be a new vector. So this is my new vector object, where I have decided the size of my vector be 2. So here the size of the vector is 2, size is 2. Now let's try to insert elements into the vector. So new vector dot add of, I am going to add some 2 elements. I am going to add Tom and I am going to add Jerry. So I am inserting 2 string elements to this vector. Since the size of the vector is 2, I am inserting 2 elements. Now let's try to print in what is the capacity of this vector. So new vector dot capacity. Now if I try to run this particular program, so run as a Java application. If you run this particular program, the capacity printed is 2 because the size of the vector is 2. Now if I try to insert the third element in the vector, if I try to insert the third element, for example, if it is a Mickey, and now if I try to find the capacity of the vector, so run this particular program, so run as Java application, So now its size will become 4. So this is the basic working of a vector. If you specify the size of the vector, like I have specified it as a 2, till it reaches its maximum size, it will be the same. And if the maximum size is reached and if you try to insert the next element, its size will double. And if you don't specify anything, by default the size of the vector is 10, and when you insert the 11th element, its size will become 20. This is the basic working of the vector, which is very different from array list and linked list, where the size is very dynamic and it will grow one by one as you like insert the elements. But whereas here the size of the vector will double. So based on your like a requirement, a technical requirement, you can use whichever the implementation best suits you. And iteration of vector, by making use of enumeration, you can make use of enumeration and you can print the elements of the vector. So enumeration en equals my vector dot elements, and enumeration, I think you need to import the enumeration, so which sits in the same package as that of your vector. So while en dot has more elements, so you can try to print in en dot the next element, I guess. Maybe when I try to run this particular program, run as Java application, so you will be able to print the elements of the vector. So to reiterate what we have seen, so we have seen about the third implementation of the list interface called as the vector, so which is a bit different from the array list and the linked list implementation. Whereas in the array list and the linked list implementations of your list interface, the size of your list will increase one by one as you insert your elements, and it will shrink one by one as you remove the elements. But whereas in vector, if you don't define the size of the vector in the first place, the default size will be taken as 10, and when you insert the 11th element, then the size will be doubled, it will become 20. And if you specify the size of your vector, for example here I specified it as 2, and if I insert the third element, it means that if it has reached its maximum potential and if you are trying to insert one more than the capacity, then it will double its size, and here the size of the vector will be 2, and after inserting the third element, the size of the vector will become equal to 4. And there is one other way of creating a vector which is available. So you can, let it be new vector 1. So when I give some suggestions over here, so vector, so you can specify the initial capacity. At the same time, you can also tell what should be the capacity increment when the maximum size is acquired. For example, here if I give the initial capacity as a 2 and if I give the capacity increment as 1, even after it acquires the maximum size of 2, and if I try to insert the third element, its size will increase one by one rather than doubling. Okay. So like suppose if I try to add these two things to the new vector 1, and then if I try to insert new vector 1, and now if you run this particular program, the size will be 2 and 2. Sorry, here the capacity, I am getting the capacity of new vector 1. So let's try to get the capacity of new vector 1. So now if you run this particular program, see initial size is 2, and after adding the third element, previously since I have not specified any capacity increment, it will double it. So my size was printed as 4. Now in this scenario, since I have specified the capacity increment as 1, after reaching its maximum capacity, its capacity gets incremented only by 1 as I have specified it over here. And along with these methods that we have seen, there are a lot of methods that are available in the vector. Like if you give a dot, there will be lots of elements, how to add the elements to the vector and how to clear your vector, to check whether your vector contains any specific element or not, and you can remove it and you can get a specific element, index of a specific element, and there are lots of elements that are available which you can make use of. Hope you found this video informative about vectors in the collection framework in Java. If you have any questions related to vectors in Java, don't forget to comment it out in the comment section. We'll reply you or we'll try to make a video out of it. If you really like our channel, consider subscribing to it and give this video a thumbs up. We'll meet you in the next exciting video soon, and thank you.